Alrighty, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're just back in Roblox Studio today. I got a little bit of fixing up on the truck to do. Probably disable. I'll go over that on my own time. Anyway, so what I wanted to do today, I wanted to finish this sort of crane thing that we're sort of working on here. So in the last video, I'll make this as a part 2 and I'll add it there. In the last video, we made the crane, put in the constraints, created the UI, and allowed the player to take the UI when they activate the button. So today I just want to sort of continue on that. And where are we? We're in the control script. And I want to focus more on getting the rest of the arm moving. So I just have to find that. So a.hinge constraint. All right. So script on parent. So we'll say so this is going to be up, right? Up and then up stop. And then this is going to be down. And this will be down stop. And we can keep that probably at -5. I know these two are reversed. This should actually be negative, and this should actually be positive. It's probably going to be the same here. All right, so then what we need to do is we need to go into our crane UI. I'll just copy that, and I will paste it into here. We need 2 more buttons. So, hold on. If I duplicate, and then this one here, we'll say up. And this one here, we'll say down. The colors don't matter right now. I'll go over that. Like, what I tend to do is I just highlight them all. And then I'll just do like a background transparency. Just black, and then probably what I'll do is I make the text white, right? And then I'll select, I don't know, I'm using Zectin, that's pretty good. I just kind of like it. And then, yeah, scale, then it fits. Then what we can do is in each one, you can go insert object, you go UI, there's all these things you can put in there. I put in a corner, that's gonna make it round. If you add, like, let's say insert object, you could add like a gradient, for example, a UI gradient, and then what it'll do is it'll shine from one color. Like we could rotate it like that, and then we could just have the color like this. I don't know, something like that maybe. Transparency, I don't need to. Right, so you see that? You can sort of, you know what I mean? There's so many ways that you could go through. I plan to do that eventually, going through and making them better. I'm not, as you can tell, I'm not big on design. I could build it and I could script it, but when it comes to like making like aesthetics and stuff, you're looking at the wrong person. So this one here is gonna be up. You know, because I mean, I've played I've watched my daughter play a lot of games, and I see some really good UIs and how they're designed, and that's kind of what I'm putting into this game is like, man, yeah, you know what, I'm seeing that, and I'm taking that because, you know, you see what works, right? What works, what is popular, and what is easy for kids to use, and then you try and take that and put it into your own game, because really, at the end of the day, the average age of your player is going to be like between 9 and 13, right? So you have, that was my problem with Blue Trucking City, is I just made it way too complicated for kids, you know? And I'm like, man, the average age of the player is a lot younger than that. So you kind of need to change the game. It doesn't mean that your game has to be simple, and it doesn't mean that you'll need to detract from gameplay because your audience is younger. All it means is that you just have to figure out a different way of displaying information so all the audiences can understand, young and old. All audiences can get a similar experience, you know. So that's what I'm trying to create here. All right, so with that out of the way, and then we'll duplicate this and duplicate this. Now this is going to be in, let's see, left, right, up, down. This one here, we're going to rename out. And this one here, it's going to be in. All right, and that's going to be this one here, which should be script parent dot B, I think. Let's see. So let's work on the buttons. That's what we're going to do right now. These are the buttons. So we've added left and right. Left, stop, right, stop. This is going to be in and out, right? No, this is going to be up and down. Up, and then up, stop, right? And then this is going to be down. Oh, man. And this will be down, stop. Oops. All that matters is this could be anything, right? So this is what sort of took me a long time to figure all this out, is that when you're looking at someone else's, what you do is you're trying to dissect what someone else has built, right? So what I did is I went to the toolbox and I actually got a helmet, like a firefighter helmet, which gives you a UI that clones to the player, and that's how I just basically reverse engineered it. And a lot of these variables, they'll design it like this, and then they'll replace the variable name to like a single value, right? So instead of left, it'll be like T, right? So you have no idea what it is. And that's the hard part about this. But all that matters is that you have this. This is the value, whatever that is. That's the value that we're going to be passing through to the control script. So it can be labeled anything, right? So sometimes when you're reverse engineering, it can be really hard because you're looking at someone else's variables and you're trying to interpret, it's like reading Greek or like hieroglyphics, for example. And you don't know, right? All right, so then we're going to do, so instead of right, this should be up, right? This should be up. And same with this, it's going to be up. And this one here is going to be down. Now, I should be putting player in here in the function. We shouldn't be leaving the function blank like that, but it is what it is. All right, so that's that. I know, I'm just kind of being weird. I'm thinking right now, I do this kind of stuff when I'm thinking what my next, let the subconscious work. Okay, down, and then we got to in and out. Let's go in, right, in stop, and then we have out, and out stop. Out stop. So those are our variables. So now we need to take, we have up and down, up stop, down stop. And then we need in and out. So we need in. And then we need out. Now, I just need to see, so that should be that. That should be the crane, just the crane, without any lights, without any additional accessories. That's just the crane, right? So now you could take this and we could take the whole oil the whole liquid facility, and we can run it off that UI. So the player comes in there and they grab it, and then they're able to, you know what I mean? If we were making like a single player game or whatever. So now we want to go up and down. Okay, so up and down went left and right. Now what is that? Left, right, up. Oh, hold on. Left, right, up, down. Oh, going up, down twice. Left, right, up, down, and then this should be in. Ooh, we gotta name it like that. INN. Okay? Because in is a function. See, if you put it like that, so we need to have a second N in there. And then this will be out. This will be out as well. Okay, so I don't know why. Go this way. Yeah, this is it. This is the fun part about. Let's see, left, right. Okay. It's all doing. Oh, you know why? Because on the control script, it goes to base. It doesn't actually go to A and B where it needs to be. So that's A is the up and down. So this should be dot A. The location of the hinge constraint. That's what we're finding here. And then this will be B. Now, what you'll notice is, actually, let me finish this first and then we'll go to the next step. There's one more step that we need to take care of. Okay? If you just leave this like this. All right. You'll notice that the arm slowly moves up. It'll slowly kind of move around a little bit. That's just the way the game is. So what I like to do is I'll weld the arm together so it doesn't move. And then we'll have a lock button and an unlock button. And the lock button, that'll unlock the crane. Basically, it'll get rid of the welds and it'll allow us to move it. So there's two ways we can do this. The welds can turn off and then it moves. And then they can turn on again when we're done. Every time you let go of the button, the welds can turn on again. Okay, out. That works. Okay, now this up and down, it's not really working, and I don't know why. So is this? Oh, that's probably why. Can't collide falls. That's got to be can't collide falls. And this should also be can't collide falls. Let me see. Oh, that's a nice position that it's in there. All right, so something's wrong with the constraint. Something's wrong with the constraint. Oh, because it only goes 45. So I don't know. I could do like 70 maybe on this one. Not down. Oh, the lower angle should be 0. 0. Let's say minus. Let's say 10. I guess. Maybe we can go a little bit more. Minus. We could say. Let's say 30. Whatever. And then our upper angle should be. I mean, we can make that 90 if we want. Let me see. Does it drop 90? No, it only drops 60. Let's see. I don't know why that one constraint's not working. Should go up by 45 and it should go down by 45, but it doesn't want to go up. Oh, you know why? Because I might. It's not massless. I forgot it's not massless. Right? So we're gonna if it's not massless and the parts have weight to them, then what we need to do is I just need to change the speed, the acceleration speed, and probably the torque, probably change the torque to infinite torque. There we go. I don't know why it's... It goes up and then it comes back down. It's so weird. Oh yeah, there we go, see? Not enough torque. Now it's holding itself up. Yes. Ah, there it is. There it is. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we need to change where the UI is gonna sit. So put that back in the starter UI. And then I would grab the frame. See, I don't make it, and then maybe we'll put it here. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll take all these buttons and we'll go background transparency. We'll just make them kind of like that, maybe. And then this one here, we'll take that to 1. See how that looks. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, so we pull in, and then, right, and then with this thing here, we'll probably be up. I don't think it will be. It'll probably be up position. So now we need to do 2 more things. We need to turn it on, and I guess we don't need to lock it. So, how does all this work? You're probably wondering, how is it that we are able to, I don't know, fill this thing up, right? Where does all that come from? Well, inside the tank. Oh, it's not in the tank anymore. Uh-oh. Where is it? Is it basic? This here, okay? This is the number which has, this is the fuel number, just a number value. And that's all you need. And then these read the number value and then they print it, right? This one's a little more complicated. What it does is, excuse me, does kind of this thing, does some math, some fancy math, and all it does is there's the bar size, right? and then you have your minimum value and your maximum value. And so they have this as update health. It could be anything. It should be like update fuel, right? And so this, anyways, it's just interesting. So this came from a health script where you would have your own health script or hunger script on the player, which is what I have in Blue Trucking City. And I just took it and I just modified it for this, you know, just learning how to do it. So yeah, so now what we need to do is on here, okay, on here, we need to go, let's see, we need to insert another object, a cylinder, and this, for now, this will be random. Obviously, I'll change the colors of it later on. You know, we can go turn constraint details off for now. Okay, temporarily, I'm just gonna move this over here. All right. So now here's where we can get creative. And what we need to do is we need to figure out how long do we want this process to take. Right? How long do we want this process to take? So there's two ways we can do this. In this situation here, we could actually do what I did here, and we could use the touched script. This one here, yeah, that's start timer dot hit. So we could use this, the timer that I have. I think that would be actually pretty cool, to be honest. So we take this fancy, we need this whole thing, and we'll copy that. And maybe what we'll do is we will put that, take that, let's duplicate this. See, and now what I can do is I can take this here, so now where is the surface UI? It is on the left, the back. That's what we want it on the back. And now what we want to say is, if hit.parent.name is refill, then it has to have a key, which is oil. So in here, we just rename this to refill. Oops. And then inside, we're gonna go insert object, and here we can, it just needs to be a string value, and this needs to be renamed, this needs to be oil. No. How do I have that set up? Key, it needs to be renamed key. And the value needs to be named oil. So that's how that works. That's how these keys work. So if you had a key card and you were trying to make it so that way when the key card touches another object, it does something, that's how you do it. You have this. You have, I mean, we can go over the code, I suppose, but that's how you do it. That's on hit. So what it does is it reads the name, if it has that name, and if the key in there is oil, then you can do it, right? So that's how in Blue Trucking City, I have a pass for every company, and you can get into doors and all that kind of stuff. That's how the passes lock areas is this way, right? Anyways, okay, so then it should start the timer. So in theory, if we just did that, okay, and then where's our... It's funny, we got all these elements here, you know, I just slowly kind of working on them and putting them together. What's gonna be a problem? Script.parent. Isn't that supposed to be in? Isn't that supposed to be in there? That's funny. I don't know how I managed to do that. Indicator light. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Indicator light. Where's that? So we need to change this part here. Let's rename that indicator. So now we need to go. Where's this one here? Script.parent. Parent. That's 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dot B. Dot indicator, because it's the indicator is the starter of the timer. That's what starts it. Base A. Oh, all right. So we don't need that. And then we need to find the string value. We need to find the string value. So it will be in. We need to say. That's where it is. So we need to say. I don't want to do this. I don't want to change that value, fueling, because that's changed. We already have that. But what we can do is we can say game. We can say game.workspace, and then we can say wait for child, and then we'll say player. Player.name trailer s. Okay, and then it's going to be dot trailer, right? So now it's going to say, well, we can't get player. How do we get the player? So what we need to do now. I don't know if we can do it on hit. So if we can get the hit.parent.name as refill, where is that? Let's see. Top fill rail. That's in there. So how do we connect this here? We could say instead of this, because we need to get the player, right? And we can't get the player from hit. We could say game.player.localplayers, but then it's going to say it can't find player.name. So, I mean, there's another way to get the character. We can do it from when they activate the prompt. Maybe. No, that's not going to work. All right, so if we can get the hit.parent.handle. So let's just say hit.parent. Okay, will be there. And then we need to say .parent again. And then we need to say dot base A dot fuel. Just like that. Let's see if that works. Didn't get any errors. That's good. All right, so left. Huh. Oh, oops, it's collidable. It's all collidable. Leave this up here, and then we can't collide. And massless. Yeah, now if this was like a tow truck, for example, where you put a winch on there, you'll have to anchor this if you're going to start pulling objects. If you don't anchor it, it's going to pull the constraints that way, and yeah, you'll have big problems. All right, so it actually didn't do anything. I know how to check on this. It should have said can't find, you know what I mean? It should have said can't. Let's set this to 100. And then, so then if we go over to the trailer and look at it. Why is it at 1,000? Yeah, there we go. Right, we're low on fuel. We got 10% fuel left in the trailer. Then I can come down here and just see if it's gonna move it up. Yeah, so then what we do is I'll set the timer up so it takes like a minute. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, well, what else can we do? What else can we do? Let's see. Oh, script. Apparent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Dot B. Dot indicator. There we go. Now that timer should start. Haha, I couldn't find the indicator. Started. It should started. Why won't you start? All right, for some reason. I wonder if it's because it's in here, it's in top refill. Let's just do that, just in case. I'm just trying to deduct, just trying to problem solve, right? Problem solve. Just trying to problem solve. So when that comes into contact with that, it should turn on, right? Isn't that how that works? Oh, is there a light script inside the indicator? Oh yeah, because this one here reads the fuel, and then if the fuel gets low, there's a light that turns on. So eventually I'm going to be doing that with the trailer. We'll have some lights on here, and then when the value gets low, you'll be able to tell. All that kind of stuff. And I mean, you could separate this into chambers. You can make each one little chambers, and you could have this UI on each little chamber. Let's say if you're making like a tycoon game or something where you wanted people to, I don't know, maybe it's like a farm game and you're hauling milk, right? And like, you know, they got to store milk in here, and the cows, and they got to go and sell it, and they got to fill up each one. You know, like you could do all kinds. There's no end to where you can go from here. I'm going to turn the music back on a little bit, and then this will be our last little thing here. I'm not too sure what. I'm not too sure why this doesn't want to work. Let's figure this out. So let's see. If key equals key and not timer started, then see timer started equals true. I wonder why I had start in here. Yeah, see script up here, visible equals true is what it's supposed to do once it attaches to there, but maybe it honestly shouldn't. That's visible, and that's enabled. So it has to do with the hit part on here. Oh, but you know what? I think. Let me see. What here? Indicator light, and then it should, but it should turn this script to true, right? I don't know. Pump handle. Oh, that's probably why in there it says pump handle. And here we changed it to refill. So, because in here it's this pump handle. So in here, I didn't change this from pump handle to indicator. Yeah, it's complicated. I'll have to go over this too. Maybe in the next video, the next Roblox video, I'll go over how to make these fancy GUIs. All right, as you can see, they're so complicated, I forget how they work. So that should be right, no? There's something else going on here. There's something else at work here. Oh, look. Oh, no, I thought it was 1,000. I was gonna say, look, it filled up. No, I didn't. What's going on here? The beta indicator, yeah. Yeah. Local pump handle, game, workspace, wait for child indicator. Which is this. Maybe I should just change that. this here. It's looking for the name of the object. But I can't remember what. It's like when you hit it, it activates the. This one. It's this one here. It's funny. So it's like. So here it'll start the timer locally. And the time value. So maybe I don't actually need this script here. Maybe that's why I disabled it. I probably don't need it. Yeah, that would be if it's a UI, I need the local script. But because it's there, so we need to change this from pump handle to indicator. Maybe that's why. Probably. Yeah. Ignore that local script. That local script is if it's in your UI, but when it's here in the workspace, it has to be a regular script, not a local script. It has to be a server script. It didn't do nothing again. What? Oh, that's the wrong one. This one here. Actually, honestly, should be like that. Refill. This is what starts the timer. So when we hit it, hit.parent.name. Oh, we should say hit.name. Maybe that's why, because it's looking for the parent. So it's not looking for the object refill. It's looking for the parent of the object. Ah, that makes a little more sense. Hey, there we go. Perfect. We got an error. It's trying to talk. Okay. Handle is not a valid member. So we just go hit.key. Ah, there we go. Hey, we're making progress. Now, see, it takes a little bit, right? Sometimes you got to play around with it, figure it out, question yourself. Question why you're doing this. All right, so if we go left, and then we go out. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. See, now it's counting down. We can turn that timer to anything. 1, 0. And then it says base A is not a valid, right? So now we have to find where the indicator is. So because we're saying we're refilled now, we're in trailer. So if we go hit dot parent dot base A. There, now. And then the last thing we need is a close button on this. So you press close and that'll just destroy the UI, and that way that we don't keep it. Here, I'll go down here and then I'll move it over so you can see. Yeah, so I mean it doesn't look like much. The crane doesn't look like much. Let's see. And then the timer goes until it's done. Anyways, when it's done, this should fill up. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Hey, we got 100% fuel. Nice. Oh, that is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So there you go. That is going to do it for now. Let's take this and let's add the last thing we want to do is we want to add a close button. So if we duplicate that, rename that as a close. And in here, I'll just put in a, we can either do it, you can do it from, put the code in here, or you can put the code in here. So we'll say UI.close, mouse button one down, connect, function. We want to say script, parent, and destroy. Or we can say remove. It's a little easier. Yeah, there we go. Let's see if that works. Oops. probably need to put that back with the crane. All right. So I just want to, this one here, close. Yes, see that? Now we're able to get the UI over and over and over and over again. Oh, I love it. It's nice because none of this existed, right? None of this existed. I had to make it and then add the code to make it work. So that's the fun thing about Roblox is not only are you building something, do you get to 3D model something, but then we also you know what I mean? We also get to I don't know what I'm trying to say here. We get to build and we get to code, and this is what I really enjoy, and this is what I really enjoy about the games that I play. I wish some of them were a little more complex, but that's fine. Satisfactory is going to get a little complex. Don't you worry. There's going to be some. We'll do some automatic controls and stuff. Just some controls in that. Just some complicated stuff. Why not, right? Why not? 200. Yeah, there we go. And now what we can do is we can change the label. This is just the timer here. We can change it if we want to. Maybe black, right? And then we can say instead of counting down from 10, from 20, we can have a countdown from 60. So it takes a full minute. You know what I mean? 60, you could say 120. So it takes 2 minutes. The player has to sit there for 2 minutes. I don't know if they will. They probably just log out. It's that way, right? Like, screw this game. I'm out here. Oh, sorry. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to. I got a cold and I just sniffed it. Okay, we'll move on from that. So now what I want to do is the last and final thing that we can do on here for this build is we can just, I'll probably do this on my own time now. And that's just kind of finishing whatever on here, right? The decorations. What I want to do is we'll insert a block. Something like this. You know what? Yeah, we'll rotate it here like that. We can scale it. You know, and this could be metal. We can change the color of this to black. You know, we can change this to metal if we want to, or wood, or whatever. Where is it here? Metal. Duplicate that just a little bit. We'll turn this one to white, and then we'll scale it. that, and then maybe we'll turn it to glass, right? And then in here, I'll take this and this, and of course we'll make sure they're anchored, and then we'll add those to truck refill. Oh yeah, that's that. All right. Right, something like that. We can put a spotlight in there if we want to. For example, we can rename this to light. Right, and then we can go insert object. Where is it here? Insert object. We just say light, and we could put a point light in there. There it is, and then our direction, bottom. Oh, that's actually kind of nice. The brightness, so we turn the brightness up a little bit, and then range, we can change the range a little bit. And then probably what I would do is, no, let's do this first. There we go. And we can duplicate that, right? Right here. You know, we can do something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'll put another light here, right? And then if we change the server, anyways, server lighting. And that's sort of what it'll look like when we pull up to the station. And what I'll do is I'll put a script in here. Maybe the lights will turn on automatically at night. I think that would probably be cool. Yeah. Looks like I have the script there, actually. Now, is that right? Yeah, there we go. S lighting. So this person here helped me make this script. This is like 2 years old. This script. He was really smart. This kid. And I didn't know nothing when I started, and he was kind of helping me make Blue Trucker City. And I just kept adding and adding and adding all these, just stuff to the game, and it was having all kinds of errors, and he got all mad. He didn't want to help me after that. All right, just part. Oh, I see. And then it changes it to neon, and then we want to say S lighting, and then we want to say dot light. Is it dot enabled? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, they went on automatically. Okay, so if I turn these off, when we start the game, they should turn on. Or I should get an error. No? all about the names. It's all about the names. There we go. Yeah, they turned on. Nice. See that? Cool. So that's how you can set up automatic lighting. I don't want to go through the script. But basically the script, it reads this, right? And it says game.lighting is this. See his variables? Todd, right? And you'll look at that and go, well, what's Todd? And then it has Todd.clock time, right? What is that? And then this S lighting. Now he got this from another script, and that's somebody else's variable. But this is what I'm saying. This is someone else's script. And now we have to look at these variables and decipher them and try and figure out how we can use them in the game. So sometimes it can be difficult, right? And that's why, for me, my preference is I like to do this from scratch. I know a lot of people, you'll build a world, you'll add all your models, you'll put in all your plugins, and then you'll press play and we get like 200 errors, which happens when I join a lot of people's games. That's what happens. I get 200 or 300 errors and my client will crash sometimes. And that has to do with this kind of stuff, right? Interpreting other people's scripts. So then you have to read someone else's code. Then you have to try and decipher that code. And then you have to try and figure out what's wrong and how to fix it, right? So there's a bit of a process to it. I guess what I'm trying to stress here is that when you're designing anywhere, it's really important to make sure that you have a plan and that you're organized, and that it's easy to want to rush ahead. It's easy to want to take additional steps that we're not ready for. And at that point in time, that's when we just need to kind of slow down. And yeah, it's important just to slow down and take your time. Sort of rethink what you're doing, and that sort of thing. Just try not to rush ahead, because I've done that where I've added way too much stuff. I'll tell you, Blue Truck City, man, I can't tell you how many 12-hour plus days, because I was working day and night, coding, modeling, finding sounds, like all that stuff, right? It just, it takes a long time to get all that together. And I went too far ahead of myself, and I regret it. And even to this day, it's buggy, and there's all kinds, and I just don't want to go back through that game because it's unorganized. And you type in script, and 3,000 scripts will come up named script, right? You know what I mean? So yeah. So there's the music again. So I'm just throwing that out there. Thank you guys for watching. This is part 2 of the fuel system. It is almost done. I think probably in the next video, what I will cover is maybe we'll go over this again, sort of the gas station stuff. But I don't think we need to. I mean, that's pretty much it, right? We have a way of loading. We have a way of unloading. This could be a tank. Like for example, right? This is going to be in a gas station, right? And what is this? This allows us to create a hose from the trailer to here. What I wanted to do was check the size of it. Let's check the size of the rope. 2. So if I brought that down to 1, that might be a little bit better. And then what I can do here is I can change the thickness of this rope here. Thickness 1. Oh yeah, there we go, like that. That's what I'm talking about. What if I can change it in here? Probably not. And then all you do is just write code for it. So what you do is you turn the rope into a winch, and then you give it all the code that it needs, right, for the winch, and that's it. That I took from somebody else too. I haven't redesigned it yet. Yeah, so that'll do it. That's our fuel system. Like I say, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments there, and I'll try and get back to you. if you're working on your game and this is handy, let me know and I can help you adapt it to your game and design it in there. I just think it's really cool. We have a fuel station, and this could be anything. This design can be anything, right? Could be a farm, could be this, could be that, could be whatever. Could be whatever. All right, then what I want to do is, and this is just me playing around, I want to take this prompt and I want to say controls, and then what we want to do is after they activate it, no, we don't want to do that, but we'll change the activation distance down to 5. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, cool. That's cool. I could probably even change that down. Max activation distance 5. I think I just set 5. Maybe I didn't press enter. Sometimes I'll do that. I'll change the value and then I'll just press play. I'm like, man. Yeah, there we go. Now if you're here, you got to be right up against it. Cool. Awesome. Awesome. Yes. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.